So somebody asked me what stonewalling was. Y'all, I want to say this. If you have any questions, feel free to put it in the comments. I do read all comments. I try my best to respond to all comments. So if y'all got a question or anything, just drop it in the comments and I'll probably make a video responding to you. So here we go. Stonewalling. So stonewalling is when someone shuts down communication and emotionally withdraws instead of engaging with you, especially during a conflict. You can think of it as putting up an emotional wall, such as, I'm not going to talk to you, I'm not going to respond to you, I'm not going to explain myself to you, or I'm not going to deal with this. What stonewalling can look like is refusing to answer your questions, giving you the silent treatment, looking away or acting like you aren't there when you're talking to them, walking away whenever you bring up an issue, responding with one-worded answers like whatever, fine, or I don't care, ignoring text messages or calls specifically to avoid the conversation, changing the subject every time you try to discuss the problem. They become completely or emotionally expressionless. They'll say things like, I'm done talking, or you're crazy, or leave me alone, without any intention of returning to the conversation. So let's talk about stonewalling versus taking a healthy break, because the distinction between the two is really important. You see, someone saying, I'm too angry to have this conversation right now. I need about an hour to calm down, but I promise we'll talk about it tonight. That there isn't necessarily stonewalling. That's called taking a regulated break. Stonewalling looks more like, I'm not talking to you, and then refusing to communicate, sometimes for hours, days, or longer, with no attempt to resolve the issue. That's stonewalling. What is stonewalling is dangerous. That's what it is. Do not stonewall people, folks, because you don't never know who you fucking with out here, you know. Stonewalling, story time. I had someone stonewall me, y'all, for 8 hours straight. I kid you not. So here's what it looks like in a real life example, a real life scenario. The individual did something wrong. They messed up in a relationship. I brought it to this person's attention. It was something that I didn't like. It bothered me. It hurt me. She fucked up. All right. So what do you do when your partner fucks up? You sit them down. Hey, baby, look, you did XYZ. I don't like that you did that. It made me feel this way. What are you going to do to resolve it? What are you going to do to resolve it? What can we together as a team, as a couple, do to resolve it? And what is it that you need from me? What can I do to help the situation? That's a healthy relationship, right? So that's how the conversation started, y'all. And then it kind of escalated because after so long, when I kid you not, y'all, we spent 8 hours in one room, all right, talking about the situation. We got up to take bathroom breaks, to go piss, and that's about it. 8 hours of me explaining how I felt. 8 hours of me pouring out my emotions. Over time, of course, it got heated, it got escalated, because when I tell you this person didn't say nothing, how the fuck can you sit in a room with somebody that you claim you love? They telling you how they feel. It did not start out fighting, fussing, cussing, arguing, as you can imagine. That only came afterwards, after the frustration of this person just treating me like I'm this wall right here, it was really like I was talking to this wall right here, because the person is sitting there but they have no response. That's stonewalling. And y'all, if you're being stonewalled by a narcissist, don't expect no apology. They're not going to apologize, because, see, this is why you need to understand narcissism. Though you and I may know that the narcissist fucked up, the narcissist doesn't see themselves as a fuck up. Okay? Their mask doesn't see themselves as a fuck up. Deep down inside, they know that they fucked up and that they're a fuck up, but that's not who they're portraying. That's not who the mask is, right? So don't expect an apology. It's just like if shit, you at work and your coworker next to you spills this tea on the motherfucking computer mouse, and then your supervisor come over like, who did this? You ain't gonna say you did it because you don't feel like you in the wrong. Shit, you didn't do it. Your coworker did it. Your neighbor did it, not you. So you're not gonna take the blame for that. So that's the same thing with the narcissist. The narcissist can fuck up, go out there and cheat. You mad about it, and they gonna turn it around like it was you. You can't expect an apology from someone when they don't feel like they done no wrong. I know I ain't apologizing to nobody if I don't feel like I've done any wrong. Now, if, I did something wrong, and you tell me about it and I know I'm wrong, then you can most definitely get an apology out of me. But I'm not taking the blame for some shit that I didn't do. And that's pretty much how the narcissist thinks. Like, I am not taking the blame for some shit that I didn't do. I am not taking the blame for cheating, because in their mind, they didn't cheat. It was just a conversation. It was just a meetup. It was just a this. It was just a that. They could have been jumping bones with this person. But see, the narcissist lies to themselves, and they really believe their lie. All right? They really believe this fantasy that they live in. It's the mask, okay? So don't expect an apology from the narcissist. The more you learn about narcissism, you'll learn that right there could have probably caused a narcissistic injury, because that's at what point the narcissist starts to, punish you or pull away or disregard, because now you've seen them for who they are. You calling them out. And you're not supposed to do that. Narcissists have like a photo of you in their mind. They're idealizing you to be one way, and you're supposed to remain this way for the remainder of the relationship. You're not ever supposed to lead them. That's a whole nother story for another day. Maybe I'll make another video, y'all, because I feel myself just going off. I can talk about narcissism for days, for hours, for weeks. But yeah, don't expect, an apology. Expect stonewalling when you call them out on their behaviors, because they don't want to hear it. I had one tell me before, because narcissists feel like, they can do things, walk away, stonewall, leave, come back, whether it be a couple hours, tomorrow, a couple weeks, and they think that it's supposed to just go away. They feel like that because that's how they've lived all their life, whereas us normal individuals, it's like, hold on, I need closure. We have not resolved this issue. Though you've changed, like, I want to talk about it. What are you doing to change? How do I know that this change is going to be consistent? But a narcissist, they just don't expect that. They not like us. So why does stonewalling hurt so much? Because communication is how we get connection, reassurance, clarity, and resolution. When somebody suddenly withdraws communication, your brain can interpret that uncertainty as a threat. And in relationships involving manipulation or narcissistic behaviors, stonewalling can sometimes be used intentionally as a control tactic. For example, withholding communication until the other person apologizes or gives in or chases them or does what they want. One important distinction though, y'all, stonewalling itself does not prove that someone is a narcissist. People can stonewall because they're overwhelmed, conflict avoidant, emotionally immature, or just trying to control the situation. So what you want to do is combine stonewalling with other narcissistic traits or characteristics to be able to really tell. And to the person who asked this question, I hope that this helps you out, buddy. And for everybody else, if you found this video helpful, please like it and share it so that it reaches others. And don't forget to follow me at Mirror and Mask for more narcissistic abuse recovery insights.